The purpose of this video is to walk you through some of the typical things that you're going to find when you think you have neuropathy. And what tests you think you should get and what maybe you shouldn't get. First of all, understand if you have peripheral neuropathy, it has to be both feet starting at the end, working its way down, not starting in your back and going down, not one foot, not part of the foot, the whole front of the foot, both feet. One can be worse than the other, but working its way back. So make sure that that is the presentation. It has to be that in order for it to be what we call small fiber peripheral neuropathy. Now, typically, you'll go to a primary care. If they're thinking you have it, you'll probably get gabapentin. Gabapentin is just a seizure medication that will kind of numb your brain. Doesn't slow this, doesn't help this. I mean, you might be glad you could sleep, though. So it'll help you sleep. Some people can tolerate it, some people can't. It is not metabolized in the liver. It's metabolized in the kidneys. Many neuropathy patients already have glucose issues, and so their kidneys are already having a lot of strain. So just be aware of that. There may be a downside to that long term. The other thing they may do is send you to a neurologist, and a neurologist may have you do a nerve conduction study. What a nerve conduction study does, basically, is take two needles, stick it in your leg. It's quite painful. They run electricity through there to see if there is any change. I have seen so many patients have that. And the neurologist, and this is no slight on any neurologist, they're looking at the monitor and they say, yep, you have peripheral neuropathy. Let me tell you, the vast majority of times, they're looking at normal monitors. How do I know that? Because they can only stick needles in large nerves. Motor nerves are large nerves, the ones that move muscles. And they can't do it in the tiny little sensory nerves. It's not possible. So I don't know why anyone's doing it anymore unless they suspected something else besides small fiber peripheral neuropathy. It's real no value. It costs you money, takes time, and it's quite painful. You'll never forget that you had it. There is only one way to quantify small fiber peripheral neuropathy. I mean, you could have a biopsy, go send you out for a biopsy and look and see kind of what the nerves are looking like, but you can't tell if it's functioning. You have to test whether or not you feel things. So typically how it's done in a neuropathy office, that's what they do, is they'll test it to your face or your arm or your hand, hot, cold, sharp, vibrating, etc. 7 or 8 different tests, light touch, and they'll see, okay, do you feel it here on a scale of 1 to 10? And then they'll put it on your foot. Where do you feel it? And a good clinic will map out the feet. And so you'll see which of those nerves, because there's 3 kinds of small fiber nerves in the foot. Some cause pain and some are what we call proprioception. They help your body balance, because many of you start losing balance. Your body's switching to your eyes. That's why if you close your eyes, you feel wobbly. Many neuropathy patients, I would say, end up having to be on canes and walkers and wheelchairs, etc. It's because they can't feel their feet. And they can quantify it that way and then put it on a chart, and then we know how much damage you have. So there are really no fancy hospital tests to quantify how much nerve damage you've had from it. We put together a landing page. My goal is to try to end some of the confusion out there. It amazes me. Every day I look out there, there's some, you take this hot pepper, or you put your feet in this vibratory thing or this electric thing, or you take this drug or that drug. I mean, it's so confusing what actually works. I mean, what is the actual problem? Why do I have it? What's happening? How do I actually fit? What are my options? Because there's a couple different ways to do that. You go to that landing page, I put it all in there. You don't have to give us your email, your contact. We're not going to reach out to you. It's just information we put together to help you on your journey.